Yeah, that's why I'm saying that government is doing whatever it takes, because I'm seeing the either the loans that are taken and then the grants for agriculture, and then you go to agriculture, they have the highest number of projects, and then all these projects are coming through government. You go again, you see the philanthropists, that individuals who are also assisting communities, almost they are supporting agriculture. The input, definitely, if you look at it, it's fine, but the outcome is where the problem is. But I will tell you that the amount of money that is coming in, if all is invested in agriculture, definitely, definitely we would be expect a lot. Yeah. So this is the problem. But I know the amount of money that is invested in agriculture. If it is invested and managed well, definitely agriculture. If you look at the report, it's only millions. Go to agriculture. I cannot even tell you. In fact, almost if you go to almost every village in the Gambia, you have a signboard. You will see like Minister of Agriculture, Wasadu, West Coast Region, Agroforestry Initiative. You go, you find such boards almost everywhere. And these are millions. You have the vehicles. So ask yourself, what is the outcome? But for that government is not being. So the problem is somewhere else. Either we are not honest to ourselves. That's why sometimes I say we ourselves, we are the problem. Because people are getting rich out of what's supposed to be for the people. They are building mansions, story buildings, at the expense of the poor, who they are making money from. It's not right. This is why for me, like, I cannot say, like, if you were interviewing me in Lamen, I don't think that interview, some people will listen to me. This is why you interview me in the community, and then you find me doing it. And I have been here for 3 weeks, since when we started our recess. So it's not like living there, you come, I'm telling people, do this, lecturing people and teaching people what they're supposed to do, while myself, I'm not doing anything. Whatever hectares I'm farming, it will also add. So if everybody is going back, like we have 58 National Assembly members, if each of us is able to produce 2 hectares, 3 hectares, multiply 3 hectares by 58 will give you how many hectares, even of different varieties. Ministers also, if each is having number of hectares, multiply that. Government officers also. And then the youth who got that opportunity also go in for something. Definitely, we will cry for high cost of living, but not that much. Because if we have, the more we have, the lesser problems will come. But if we are only depending on foreign export, obviously we're going to face a lot of challenges. So government is doing, but I think whatever they are doing, more attention needs to be given. How we manage funds is the problem. But if you go now, I saw in the report, like 2025, how much is approved for agriculture, how much in terms of grants, how much in terms of loans, and then you go around the country, you look at the National Assembly Agriculture Committee report, you will not be impressed. So there is too much mismanagement than managing the funds to serve purpose. Yeah, I have gone around like this year. I am just from, yesterday I concluded visiting almost every village in Fonyi Jaro. And then what I was asking the farmers, Alcalo, and even the chief himself, what they receive from government. And then in all the communities that I visited, all my villages, one of the seeds like they received was maize. But if you go like fertilizer, through the support of project, you only find like Wasadu, maybe only 4 farmers will tell you we received 4 bags of fertilizer, which was not enough. And then in my community, there is no fertilizer supplied from government. If they need fertilizer, they have to go out and go and buy it. So even if government say that they have brought in fertilizer, all my villages I visited, the fertilizer they buying is not something stored in Fonijaro. They even going outside Fonijaro and even outside the Gambia, like Senegal, Casamance. Most of them, that's where they told me that they got their fertilizer. So government need to look into that, because I have heard of them even before my leave that no, fertilizer this year came, we have this metric number of tons. But how comes my constituency is not having it? This is a question I'm also asking, because all they are telling me, no, we bought it outside. And again, the seeds also rise. Some will tell you we don't get only one that is missed, that almost every village. And then the supply also was not done on time. Some they got it late. And then for groundnut, none. They will tell me that we don't get that. Only a few villages out of the 18 or 19 villages I visited, they will tell me that, okay, we got only maize. When I tell them fertilizer, they say no. When I ask them rice, no. Only a few, they'll tell, okay, that one. They also tell me, yes, in my village, we have only 4 people selected who are given 4 bags of fertilizer. And that is, so this is what I'm saying. And then those ones are through the project. So government need to do more to put this in place, because I think it's only agriculture. This country can only be healthy, and in terms of unemployment, we can fight unemployment through agriculture initiatives. Like I said, it's not only, agriculture is a lot. Like we are standing here on a community forestry plantation. We are seeing that. This is money, this Malina sticks. You go again, watermelon. We are seeing 1 melon, the cost of 1 melon. Okay, for peanut, almost people are discouraged. Because groundnut, you go, you are busy farming. At the end of the day, you cannot even determine the price. They determine price for you. Which the farmers found that it's not fair. You go now, the women also, you go to our rice fields, most of them have this salt institution, which agriculture is fighting it very hard. But if you go there also, you have this problem. So I think government, with their project, especially agriculture, with the highest number of projects for government, still more need to be done. And what needs to be done is the effective management of funds that are allocated to agriculture. These are millions come Jaura's time, millions come Yageme's time, billions come Barrow's time, billions. Because look at the cost of tractors, look at all those things. Like right now, they say they ordered 100 and something tractors. And then they have already distributed 60 tractors. But the whole of Fonyi, under my constituency, we don't get any tractor yet. And the farming season is over. But government is telling us already they supply 60. Where are those 60? So if I go back to the National Assembly and I tell them, we don't receive any tractor, some would think it's political. But I'm here in my constituency, and I went to almost all villages, and even the Kiev. They told me that they have not received any tractor yet. So where are the tractors? And if they are coming late now. So government has to do more. Agriculture, this project, like I said, in terms of academic knowledge, agriculture has the highest qualified doctors. You go to agriculture, the number of doctors are more than any institution you can take, even health. They are the mostly highly trained institution you can have in the country. So something needs to be done with their knowledge. They need to give us the right techniques, the right knowledge. They have to tell us, look, telling someone go back to land is not an insult. For them, when they were opposition, that's what they were doing. When government tell them go back to land, they said it's insulting them. Will this son go back to land? Yes, because how much we are paying the president? I don't think the president, yes, even if the son will go back to land, the farming system is going to be different. Like right now, I'm a member of parliament. My farming system is going to be completely different from the son of a farmer there. Probably I have money to pay people to go to my farm. My son will be sitting at home. Or even if I go with him, he has less to do. But one of the farmer there whose son is not in an office, only depending on agriculture, has his income. So you don't expect the system to be the same. But before, when Gambian say it, like now, if Barrow say it, because of they are using the political gains, so others might also do the same thing. But if not, if Barrow tell me now, can you people go back to land? For me, it's not an insult. All I need to ask him is, can you help me get the resources that will take me back? And I want government to help support my youth. We want to go in for beekeeping. I have a lot of initiative. This is why I'm taking it to different. You have seen my people. You will go there where you have these gardens owned by youth. But come dry season, they have a challenge. Like now in the rainy season, everyone is capitalizing because of the rainwater, planting orange trees, all different types of fruit trees. And these are all money. These are all agriculture. Bananas, you have seen it. All of them are coming instead of now engaging in back way. So all those things can help. So that's why I tell government, look, I think you need to help me. But sometimes they feel I'm too noisy. Maybe I'm making too much noise. I understand they don't have the resources, but I'm also seeing the wasted amount because those reports written at the National Assembly are not written by me. Some of the committees are not part of them. And the auditors are doing a fantastic job because they're revealing a lot. So if the auditors reveal and institutions are able to defend, that's why we find corruption. Funds are mismanaged. And the mismanagement, who are you going to blame? Not the president. You can blame the president for employing people and not taking action. But he gives you the money, he trusted people, give you position again. They are doing whatever they want, and they don't want us to talk. In fact, those are the people who are benefiting from money because of some of us are making noise. Now they're going around within our communities because they don't want to see us back, and we'll go back. The only thing in a short statement, they said when supply is more than demand, the price will come down. So this is just a simple logic. And supply can be more than demand when all of us have a hectare every season. 1 hectare. They say 3 million. Let's have 2 million hectares farmed on different crops. We know what we go in for. Okra, groundnut, watermelon, oranges. These trees, even deforestation, we are seeing what is happening. So if we plant all, definitely we are safe. So anytime the supply is more than the demand, the price must come down. If you are selling oranges, I'm selling oranges, I'm selling oranges. You think the price of orange will be high? No. If there are also watermelon, all these other fruits, the price will go down. So anything that if all of us go into different things, even honey now, 1 liter of honey costs almost 600, 700. 1 liter, 1,000. Because it's not enough. So if most people, almost every community, there is a group doing beekeeping or an individual doing beekeeping, and you go to every community, you have honey there, the price will come down. But I can tell you now, if you need honey, I need a honey. In my constituency here, if you don't mind, you go in all these villages, there is no honey. You have to go up to Combo to get one. So which means now the price of honey will go up. So anytime the supply is more than the demand, the price will come down. Yeah, the proper market is through the facilitation of government and projects. That's all what can happen. Because for them, they are small scale, they need support. And for their produce to access the market, they have to also be supported because they don't have the means. So that can only be possible through the help of government and the projects and even philanthropists or individuals. That's the only thing we can do for them. Give them the right things, they'll be able to access the market. But sometimes, even my people here, you go, you farm, you have almost everything, you want to sell it, there is no market. What will happen now? 100%. I support it even 1,000,000 times. Even the last percentage I support it. Because if all my people are farmers, why wouldn't I support it? Sometimes you ask yourself, why do I need to study English? Because now we want to speak English. Now people are challenging, they are saying that at the National Assembly now, we should not speak English language. Because most of the people that we are representing don't speak English. But now we are making English compulsory. Now, whose benefit are we making English compulsory? Probably if you travel outside, so that you read a lot of things. But now if you make agriculture compulsory, you get the knowledge, you get the idea. All of us, in fact, every civil servant now I'm seeing, even those in Banjul, people, my friends do ask me, Honorable, can you help me get just a plot of land? I want to just do a garden there. That is agriculture. So if all of us get an idea about agriculture, it becomes compulsory. It's going to help the country. So it's 1,000,000 times. I support the idea so that agriculture becomes compulsory. Before people choose to do certain subjects, it is based on what have they seen. That is the benefit, long-term, short-term. What are they seeing? Whether positive signs. Some people will tell you, like for the example, I attended a technical school, St. Peter's. So before they told me that, okay, to do auto mechanics or mechanical or carpentry. So because those are subjects they were offering. And then I was asking myself, how can I be an officer and I do auto mechanics? Am I going to now be a mechanic? How can I go underneath a vehicle? But when you are a car, you don't know. Some of these things, that's how I was thinking. How can I be this? And instead of dressing, I'm putting on my necktie. Yeah, I want to be a mechanic. Where if I'm looking dirty. So, but at the end now, I found that those who studied auto mechanics are even more guaranteed than myself. Because those people have a profession, a livelihood skill. Today, government don't employ me. They don't need employment of government. They can open their garage because everyone wants to drive. So agriculture is the same thing. If you do it as a subject, you don't employ me. All I need is land. We are from the villages. We go back to the village and then we just have our own farmlands. So that's one, I think for me, it's better it is done compulsory. And I think people should also like to do it. Because if you think where you have done, because now traveling is even becoming difficult. Even you travel, even you have paper. We have seen people who live in America over 30 years. They are deported. People are going there. Some of them are not even coming back home because they feel shy to come back home because the expectation, they don't have anything. So they are asking themselves, how can I go back home when I don't have anything? So they feel shy to come back. These are some of the challenges that they are going through. So, but if we have you got the knowledge, look, just give me the tools. All I do, I can even go and take loan. I've seen it when I studied in the UK. Some people study business. People study even hairdressing up to a degree level. So here, if you ask someone to study hairdressing to a degree, he's going to ask for what benefit? Because anytime you have that degree, you can just utilize the degree. So it's good. You know, schools before, almost every school have feeding programs. I don't know now because later I think some of them were out of the school feeding program because all those feeding programs were just supported outside through NGOs. So this is why anytime you are just a dependent, sometimes you find problems. Because that's why we cannot continue to be dependents. Now we also have to be producers. Anytime you are a parasite, only dependent, at the end you're going to suffer. So that's what now our country, we should tell people, we can no longer be parasite. We sometimes have to stand for the challenges so that we also have our own. So I think government will still support schools. They have school gardens. All they need is having boreholes because we have the soil. When they have the borehole water, they can use their own students to do, like you go to Kalagi, I supported them with a borehole. Now they have a garden there. Before, even drinking water was a problem. Sometimes they close early because of they don't have water. But when they got this borehole, now they even have fruit trees planted there. The place is even becoming thick, like a forest. So all we need is such initiative. Help them with water. Help them to fence their lands. And then give them small amount to start. That's it. I think if you look at even all these gardens, you come here, all agricultural projects in fact, they are supporting women more than men. Because, and even if it is me today, if I want to work in the agricultural sector, I'll choose to work with women than men. Maybe men will later join in, but it's only a few men. Only men, like at the moment, some even think that probably agriculture or certain activities in agriculture are for women. Men can even, you can even cultivate like okra and other things. So you can do that as a man, but those people, they think that those are women jobs. Like you go there, you find what the women are doing. How many men did we find there? The boys we find there are helping their mothers, but no man inside this garden. And this garden is open. Even men can come and do the farming there, but they won't. So you go to almost every community, they think that this is for women. So with me now, we can support women, all projects, even loans, sheep fattening. Even my community, we are one time having poultry management through the women. But the problem sometimes we have, you know, when you give it to the whole community, that's why I'm asking government to support individuals. Because when you give, like my community here was Sado, because they were having like this sheep fattening, you give it to the women. Okay, now, you know, when you say women, it's owned by the association. And then later they have their committee. Now the committee that is responsible of managing that poultry, they don't get salary. And then they need to survive. So anytime you put them there, every day they are there, they are spending their time, their resources, they are not doing other things, and they're not getting any pay, and they need to leave. At the end, they neglect it. They abuse it. Later, almost everything die out. This is what happened. That's why poultry and other things get close here. The Ministry of Lands is trying to come up with a land policy. You know, Gambia, the problem we have, we don't have land policy. This is why when you go almost everywhere, you have this problem of land, where the indigenous think they own the land, they do whatever they want. The alcalo get up, does whatever he wants. The chief, the same thing. So there is a lot of confusion, where even people think like even the government don't have a say, when everything you see here belongs to government. That's why they say Republic of Gambia. All human beings, including land and everything, is owned by government. But sometimes you even see government needs something, they come to a community, they will deny them, even something that will be for your own good. So that's why I think government, the minister is trying to come up with land policy. I think we already got the draft. And then later, I think I appreciate the draft because I've been going through it. So that will also help a lot, even in terms of ownership. Because sometimes you even think, even women, they don't have to say in terms of land. They can be encouraged, one, by giving them food, but for the ingredients, they have to provide by themselves. That's what you do. Through what? You tell them your garden, support them to get a garden. And then that's where they will now depend on for the ingredients. Give them the raw rice. And then the rest you tell them, look, you have to make a garden. Here is the money to make a garden. And then use those ingredients to feed. That's all you can do. Sometimes, you know, there are certain things when you enforce the laws, people think that that is dictatorship. Gambia, that's where the people got wrong. Even when Gambia was trying to control the attitude of people in offices. We have seen now, there is no control of attitude now. People are doing whatever they want. Public offices have turned into private offices. So some of these things, that's where government has to come and control attitudes, control resources. You enforce the law. If you go down there, our law books, we have good laws. But come in terms of execution of these laws, you think the country is operating like we don't have laws. This is what is happening. Like what we are doing, like this Malina community forest you are seeing, we got some of these things from Nyambai forest. We ask for support or we go and get it there. So if during the rainy season, government is able to at least provide some of these things to communities, we plan, because you have seen for yourself, looking at here, what is happening here. This is very helpful.